Hey, Randy from Funeral Funds here. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual cost for $20,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 62-year-old male. Now, first thing you need to understand is you can go to just about any page on our website, and we've got these free quoters on there. And all you need to do is just select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Select the coverage amount. Put your birthday in there, the rest of the info, click Get Quotes Now. It will take you to a page that's going to show you all the best insurance companies and all the lowest rates in your state. And by studying that, you'll be able to eliminate all the teaser rates you see out there on TV and magazines and all those rates that seem too good to be true. And when you call the insurance company up, you find out, yeah, it was too good to be true, and they're just trying to upsell you. So you can be a smart consumer by checking those things out. You can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456, and one of our agents can help run you pricing as well. Now, one of the first things you need to really determine as a 62-year-old male is $20,000 going to be enough for your burial, cremation, or final expense needs? Now, that would typically fall into cremation or burial. Now, the average cost of a cremation in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. And that's if you're just going to come home in a cardboard box or an urn. If you're going to be cremated and have some sort of a ceremony, maybe a celebration of life or remembrance ceremony, that's going to be probably $3,500 to $4,500. So $20,000 would be more than adequate for insurance. And we don't really recommend people overinsure when they get this insurance, because you can always start with the smaller amount and add more coverage later. But typically what we would recommend for that cremation where you're just coming home in a cardboard box or an urn is probably between $5,000 to $7,000. Now, that's probably a little bit more money than you need right now. And if you're blessed to live a long life, we're just inflation-proofing the plan by adding in a little extra coverage. But if you did die sooner than you thought, there's a few extra dollars in there to take care of any other kind of final expenses or medical bills or something like that your family would be responsible. So it works really great, protects you on the front end and the back end. Now, if you were looking at that cremation and ceremony, we'd probably recommend that's probably $7,000 to $10,000 range. Now, you can get more if you want. It's just that most of the people we work with are on a fixed or limited income, and we really work hard with them to find something that fits their budget. Sometimes people would say, hey, I want to get $25,000 or $30,000 and leave some money behind for my kids. The challenge is if you're on a fixed or limited income, it can be tough. So we would rather see you get a smaller amount of coverage, knowing that you can add more later. And then instead of getting more coverage to give to the kids after you're dead, spend that money on the kids while you're alive. That way you'll have the memories and they'll have the memories for a lifetime as well. Now, one thing we always recommend is first day coverage or benefits. And what that means is, hypothetically, if your policy was approved today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would have to pay the full $20,000. And, like for a burial, we would typically recommend between $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000, just depending on your budget. Again, you can always start small and add more coverage later. But yeah, first day coverage means if you had a $20,000 policy, your policy could be enforced one day, you could die the next, and the insurance company would have to pay out that $20,000. Now, that is really important, and that's much different than those plans with 2-year waiting periods, which we don't recommend those at all. We'll talk about those in a moment. But a lot of people would say, hey, I like the first day coverage. I want the first day coverage. I just know they ask health questions, and I am not in the best of health. To which we say is, your health is our problem. It's not your problem. That's why we work with so many different insurance companies. They all have different health questions. They all have different underwriting requirements. And right now, we're seeing about 95% of the people we help are able to qualify for first day coverage with us. So we're really great at what we do. We can help you out there. Really, the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage or benefits is if you had a really significant health issue, like you had a terminal illness and you're going to die in the next 12 months, or if you had dementia or you're on dialysis or in a hospital or in a nursing home. If you had something like that going on, we'd probably refer you out to a different type of company. The other thing that seems to happen every single week, even weekly, is somebody will call us up and say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week, and they didn't have insurance, and we don't have the money. Their body's down at the funeral home, and the funeral director's not going to do anything till he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance really quick, and that way we can get a check in our hand to get a check to the funeral director. And we have to let people know that there's not a single insurance company in the United States that's going to issue a policy on a dead person, on a policy on somebody that's already died. You actually have to be alive to qualify for this insurance. And it's really sad that person who died, they knew they were going to die. They didn't expect to die this soon, that's for sure. Otherwise, they would have had the insurance. But what a mess they're leaving behind, both financially, because there's no money, but also emotionally. Just can you imagine just the absolute fear that their family's in, knowing that they're going to have to pay this off, and they may have to spend the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 years paying this off in certain situations. What a terrible legacy to leave behind. This insurance is it's affordable. You can do it. You don't have to leave that burden on your family. Nobody should have to pay for your final expenses. So most people just say, hey, I don't want my legacy to be, every time my name comes up, people think that I'm the one that, didn't take care of this, and they had to pay this off over the coming years, and what a financial and emotional struggle it was. So don't be that person. It's affordable. We can help you. We can always start small, get more coverage later. Now, one thing we don't recommend is the 2-year waiting period plans. So Colonial Penn is one of the companies out there. Their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period plan. A lot of people don't realize that, but it is. So there's other companies out there that sell 2-year waiting periods. Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber. And there's other ones too that the only thing they sell is a 2-year waiting period plan. And some of these companies have done a pretty great job of convincing the American public that the only thing they're going to qualify for if they're over age 50 is a plan with a 2-year waiting period, to which we say, do not fall for such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage and benefits all day long. So let's take a look here. A male age 62 watching the Colonial Penn TV commercials may think that, they may think, I'm probably going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. I bet I can even get $50,000 for $9.95. And then they go to the website or talk with a Colonial Penn agent, but we've gone to their website right here, and you can see male age 62, 1 unit of coverage, $9.95 is only going to provide $1,057 worth of coverage. I don't even think that's enough for a cremation in most parts of the country. So, and it doesn't really matter because it's got a 2-year waiting period, and it's not going to pay out a penny in the first 2 years for any health or medical related cause of death. And then $1,057 2 years from now isn't going to be worth $1,057 just because of inflation. So, why would you get a plan that's actually kind of putting you way behind right from the start? Now, let's look and see how much coverage we can actually get. Colonial Penn, their $9.95 plan maxes out at 15 units. And let's just see what that is. I think it's going to be well short of $20,000. Let's take a look. There we go. $50,855, and that's $150. So I don't know. Does that seem kind of expensive to you? Seems expensive to me. Let's see what $20,000 would be through a first day coverage company. And let's see. We got $20,000 male, age 62. Get quote. Boom. Let's go back and look at this again. $15,000 for $149. Here we go. I want to show you. I want to jump back up here. Again, this is $20,000 for $89.97. And this is first day coverage. That's what level means. First day coverage. Trinity Life Insurance, we work with them. Great company, flexible underwriting. We can help you get approved. But $90 roughly versus $150. $60 difference. So it's $60 less with first day coverage. And you get an extra $5,000 in coverage. So think about this. If it's $60 more a month for Colonial Penn, that's $720 a year. If our 62-year-old male lives to age 72, that would be right around an extra $7,200 in unnecessary premiums. You will have overpaid just in premiums roughly around $7,200, and you will overpay on that policy for the rest of your life, and you will not have any coverage for any health or medical related cause of death in the first 2 years. It just does not seem to make sense. I don't know. We would rather you keep more money in your pocket. We would rather you keep, $7,200 in your own pocket, spend it on yourself, spend it on your family, create memories, enjoy it, do fun stuff with your money. Don't overpay and give it to an insurance company. Don't be silly. Let's look at some other companies here. You'll be able to see all these different companies here on a quarter. Oh, here's one, Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess. I mean, woochie, mama, look at that pricing. Almost $125. It is level coverage. That's first day, but $125. So they've got a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2-3 different funeral homes, get the lowest pricing for you, and maybe do a couple other things, but it's not free. As you can see, it's more expensive than other companies. And there's going to be a charge. So that's roughly $125 versus roughly $90. So that's a $35 difference a month. So that's roughly $420 more a year. And if our 62-year-old male lives at age 72, you would have overpaid right around roughly $4,200 more. Whew. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth overpaying a company roughly $4,200 after 10 years? Remember, 20 years is going to be $8,400 roughly. Let's talk 10 years there. $4,200 to make a few phone calls to a couple, 2-3 funeral homes, and then maybe do a couple other things, maybe just a few hours work, 1 or 2 hours work. Is that worth paying an insurance company right around $4,200 more? We don't think so. We don't think so. Most people would agree with us. So what we do at Funeral Funds of America is we provide free of charge a funeral and estate planning guide. And you just download that from our website, print it out, and then you just fill it out in advance. Who gets what goes where, and what you want done once you're gone. And then you keep that with your insurance policy. And that way, when you pass away, your family is not only protected financially with the insurance money, but they are protected emotionally because you will have given them a clear roadmap on everything you want done after you're dead. And what a blessing. What an emotional relief that they don't have to worry about anything. They simply open the funeral and estate planning guide and execute your wishes. And they'll know that they're taking care of everything exactly the way that you wanted it done. And they will also know that you loved them so much, you were thinking of them well in advance, and you were thinking of a time when you would not be there, and they would actually need you the most. And what a gift of love. What a wonderful legacy to leave behind. And you save a lot of money, like over $4,000 with some of these different insurance companies. So be smart. We can help you save money. Go to our website at funeralfunds.com. We've got these quarters on just about every page. We've got a special quarter for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube. You can get the most discounts and lowest rates right there. And then we've got 888-862-9456. You can talk with one of our agents, and they can run all the rates for you, find out what you qualify for. But whether you've got an existing policy and you just want to price shop that to make sure that you got the best deal, or maybe you want to add coverage to that, we can help you out with that. If you're looking for a policy, a brand new policy to get started with, we can help you out with that. And then if you just want some information or need some help or want to understand what might be most appropriate for you, we can help you out with that. And we look forward to assisting you with this. And we look forward to the day when we actually get to talk with you and help you out with this. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.